Okay. It's 4:34 in the morning, Saturday, June the 1st. I'm sitting here with my wife and daughter in this tiny little box where we've been for quite some time now, waiting on the wheels of justice or something that resembles normal in this place called Ukraine. On the screen here, everybody knows that picture's up there. And just out of need at 53 years old, with no health care and no rights visible to me for not less than my whole damn life, as far as I'm concerned, if a matter of reflection matters. Being a person that raised my hand when I was 17 years old and endured the wonderful, crazy life that I've endured, courtesy of the American people trying to save my life. I'm sure no matter what I'm going to say here today, it's going to be comfortable for anybody. But comes a time in a man's life when you just got to say what needs to be said. For the ones that know who I am and know my story, that are in America and hadn't done anything other than ignore me, I want you to know something. I forgive you. But I also want you to know something else. I don't think the American people is going to forgive you. To that end, I'm just going to say what needs to be said here the best I know how. Because I'm in a whole lot of pain, mentally and physically. And I have been for so long, I don't remember not being. The great irony to it all is I've also been blessed on levels that I don't think anybody could possibly understand. I really don't see the world the way anybody that I know sees it. And not because I'm somebody unique, but because I've spent 53 years of my life looking for a single individual that understands what I'm talking about. And I've never been fortunate enough to find that. So, as I've always said, everything I've ever done in my life has been as a matter of necessity. Being the expendable bastard I am, literally. I've said over and over, I don't know what to do when law breaks law. But I know what not to do. And that's not to trade my soul for a lie. And don't care who it is. Whether it's a sitting president or any other swinging dick on this planet. Okay, and if anybody's offended by my language, well, just get over it. I don't know how it is I'm still alive, and I haven't killed anybody in the civilian world. Okay, I don't know why I haven't melted down and just turned into some vegetable. But then I remember I was all of those things, and it was because of my faith in a higher being that I'm even able to talk to you as a Reagan-era soldier today. Ironically, on Children's Day in China. So, why does it matter that I try to talk to you today? Well, no matter what I say, somebody's going to have an opinion, and they're going to absolutely be convinced that there's another version of what I'm going to say, because that's what it means to be a human being today. The difference is, instead of me talking about things, I'm just the kind of person that says, if I can't see it, I don't understand it. And while this may be the image that you remember as the American or anybody else that sees this video, I'm going to show you what I see. And it's taken me my whole life to get the big enough computer and a big enough understanding in my own soul how to reproduce how I actually see the world. And I don't really know what it means, okay? I know that anybody that knows me, they've done what they do. They come into my life, listen to me, get angry, and go away because I don't do what I'm told. And I ain't never done what I'm told for as long as I can remember. Just know what I chose to do with my life as a man. I tried and failed every day. Never accomplished anything other than telling the truth in the face of people that can't accept the truth. And I say it matters because we all come to this time of existence in the world. If I recanted everything I've ever been through, nobody would believe me anyway. So with that said, I'm just going to come over here and I'm going to show you what it is that I saw that day. Okay? And I want you to understand me. This is the real world for a guy like me. And it's very disturbing for me. And I'm just trying to understand it as a human being. There are many people that don't even think I'm human. I've been called everything in my life. But I think it matters that I try to share this. So here we go. If you look at the settings on the Facebook here, I've just made copies of this image so that I can manipulate it to show you what it's like to be me. Okay? And the best way to understand it is I'm just going to use the filters that people understand, and I'm just going to start flipping through them. Okay? And that image right there has haunted me since that day. Okay? And I don't know what it means, but I know it profoundly changed my life. I remember to this day where I was at. I was in a hotel room that actually belonged to one of my ex-girlfriend's father. I will not say where or who for the purposes of protecting that family's right, because they were absolutely affected by this event, as were we all. So the understanding that when I turn the television on, and understanding the way I look at things every day, this is the way I see the world first. And I have to struggle to see the world the way you see it, because this is the way you see it. Okay? And when I forget about struggling or what somebody thinks I should say or do or think, this is the way I see the world every single second of my life for as long as I can remember. Okay? And I'm just not ashamed of it anymore, okay? I'm just not embarrassed to be me anymore. And I'm tired of keeping my mouth shut, having to be everything except whom I am. And I don't know who I am other than I have something to tell the world. And I know for as long as I can remember, I've been trying to tell the world, and I just ain't very good at it. Ladies and gentlemen, if it matters what I say today, we, the human species, we need to be better versions of ourselves. Because the truth is, we live in a space that is nothing more than a frequency. And that's what I know. And that's another reason that I need to try to express myself as best I know how. In addition to seeing the world like this, okay, I also hear things that nobody else hears. And I don't know what that means either. But I do know I've been experimented on, I've been drugged, I've been abused, I've been beaten, I've been everything in my life because I'm sitting here disclosing what it is I've never really disclosed before. For as long as I can remember, I never said or did anything that anybody thought was normal. Well, see, I don't know what normal means. Because when I think about how you guys look at the world, it's pretty mundane and boring, you know? Because this is the way I see the world. And I'm going to tell you something else. It gets even worse. When I usually see it that way, it's always dark and gloomy. Okay? And if I focus my energy on pictures or spaces, it eventually starts to look like this right here. And that's the truth. It just goes literally from dark to light. But it's a mirror image. Okay? And I don't know what that means. And I'm sure that any idiot doctor that wants to get their hands on me again, they would be intrigued for me to have disclosed this after all the stuff in my medical records. But see, I made a conscious decision when I got smart enough to not be drugged because I was different and come out in the world and try to do something different. And I think I've excelled at something very different. I believe in my own soul that we can return the world to what it was, but we can do it in a virtual environment that lets people see the infinite possibilities of the space that we actually exist in. Because this be real for me. Do I know what it means? Does anybody care what I'm going to say? Like I said, I'm not really making this video for anybody other than my own soul today. I've had to live my whole life not being able to speak about who I am. And I'm not some snowflake. I'm a very conservative, heterosexual, white Christian male. And I believe wholeheartedly in the lessons I've learned in my life, and I'm watching them being destroyed. And I know that it's because of the imbalances of the frequencies of the space that we live in. And I could not know it. I've known it my whole life. And the reason that I know that is I can remember everything I've ever done in my life from the age of 3 years old. And see, that's just not damn normal. Okay? To be able to close your eyes and navigate through your whole life at will. And sometimes even in the blink of an eye. So, understand what I'm telling you here. I believe with some appropriate leadership in the world, we can end the life history and rearrange the world to what it used to be a long time ago. I don't have all of the answers to anything other than what I see and what I hear. And I've devoted my life trying to understand what the hell it is I see and hear. And I obviously fail because I can't keep people from lying, cheating, and stealing from me. But see, I don't want the lessons in my life to disappear like so many other people. And see, that's what's going on in the spectrum. And as a radio guy from the U.S. Army, and nobody that was any relevance in there. I mean, I was in a foster home all my life and then went in the military because that's just what you did. And then I had problems to deal with, mental and physical, as do we all. The difference is I know why it's that way. And what the reason it's that way is because history is corrupted by what I know to be real. The cross is the most important thing ever understandable to the human being because it really is the secret to the world. And if I sound like some Christian zealot, well, I'm not, because I don't believe in organized religion. What I do believe in is the right for people to keep it simple, which means that if you're born, okay, you're entitled to food and water and a roof over your head and the right to experience the world that you live in. And that if we have quote unquote progressed through society, then I just have one question. If we're a modern, developed society of billions of people, then I go back to what I said before. How do people that lie, cheat, and steal for a living and kill our own children for a virtual bill of exchange, how do we let that happen? I'm going to tell you how. A long time ago, in the age of the human being more than what it is, nothing associated with this lie of the communist Darwinism age of biology realm. See, they really are hiding history from you, and they really are hiding the truth of whom you be. And I believe it's because of things like this, okay, that says that we live in a quantum universe, and the manipulation of the frequencies prevent you from seeing that. And they, just like they have animal husbandry of the other quote-unquote subspecies, which is ridiculous because most other organic life forms here are far superior to anything that any human being would be. We're a virus at our current stage of development, if an analogy matters. We are. And we're cannibals. And we weren't always that way. And as far as, quote unquote, the evil, the gods and the evil are in the hearts of man. Okay? And when I say man, I mean female too. So, if anything I've said here matters to anybody, then I would ask you to contact me. Because I just want to put together the story of what I've been through in a virtual space so that other people can experience what I see. And I want to do that while I still got time. And I can't do it by myself. So, I hope this helps people understand there's always a different view of the world because you're a different soul. Now let me tell you what I know about being a soul. There is no I and we. And you are a collective of everything God created. Blood is thicker than water. And in the space of that, the memories of every ancestor you have is right there in front of your eyes. Because if you can shift your focus, you can see them. And I know that because that's what you're looking at there. You're looking at a time in history when a cataclysmic event happened. Okay? Because we keep messing with the energy systems of this planet. And let's just be real about the planet. The people in charge don't know any more about what they're doing than anybody else. The difference is they're being bullies and liars and thieves and killers in the name of not letting you know. So, there is no such thing as a country. There is no such thing as law. There's no such thing as debt or poverty or war. There's only one truth. Okay? You're the human being. And if you want to change your life, change your mind. And if you think about bad stuff, well, that's all you're going to have. And if you think about good stuff, that's all you're going to have. Well, follow me here. It's the collective nature of those oscillating frequencies of the human animal and the other organic life forms. Because see, energy doesn't dissipate. Light doesn't dissipate. And darkness shall never affect the light. So, all of these doom and gloom kind of people, you gotta see what's really going on. Above and beyond anything the human animal does, we're affecting the fabric of the very space that we live in. And it's allowing the timeline of history to merge wrongly. We're dorking with things we're not qualified to dork with because of some very bad people across the centuries associated with human beings. And see, they know about stuff like this. And they typically make slaves out of idiots like me. Okay? And I'm tired of being a slave to anonymous people. I hope you understand me. The world is a beautiful place. And you shouldn't be afraid. Learn to say no. Put the weapons down. Turn off the machines that are killing people. And just be a human being. That's all I know. And if this has offended anybody, it's okay. I already know why you're offended. So, thank you for listening.